We can't find a solution to this problem without harming children,
right?
Without putting them into concentration camps.
I call this a concentration camp for kids because that's exactly what it's turning out to. When you give kids 22 hours of lockup time and 2 hours of airtime, what else can it be?
The media in full meltdown mode over President Trump's immigration policies, some outrageously claiming that the administration is operating, as you heard, concentration camps at the border. So what do Border Patrol agents on the front lines think about this? Nobody better to react to this than the Deputy Commissioner for U.S. Customs and Border Protection, Ronald Vitello. Good morning, Mr. Commissioner. What do you say? I would like you to respond to these outrageous charges.
Good morning, Griff. Thanks for having me on. That's just a crazy description of what's going on. The shelters that they're referring to are operated by Health and Human Services. They're very well appointed. They're the one that's been in the media over this last week. There are 1,500 boys there. They have PlayStations, pool tables. It's far from a concentration camp, and people should be more accurate when they describe what we're trying to accomplish there.
Commissioner, I want to get to the policy, but I just want to ask one more question about the rhetoric. What is the impact that this rhetoric has on your men and women on the border as they try and do this job securing the border?
Obviously, it disappoints them. They know what we're actually trying to do for these families and these children when they're in our custody. No one does more than the Border Patrol to rescue people and protect them when they're on this journey. They're in our custody for a very short time. They're turned over to HHS in these shelters. So our men and women that are out there serving the country know better, and they would like more accuracy in this discussion.
Let's talk about accuracy on policy. Lay out for us what the truth is. What is the policy now? Is it different from before? I'll let you address that.
It's important to recognize that these laws have been on the books for quite some time. What we've done in conjunction with the Attorney General's office, the Secretary of Homeland Security, have said there are no exempt categories. If someone crosses the border illegally, then they should be referred for prosecution. We're attempting to do that. Now, a third of the population that we're arresting comes as part of a family or a child alone. The child obviously cannot be prosecuted, but when the family member brings them through this arduous journey, putting them in danger, crossing the border illegally, we refer that parent for prosecution. The children are then taken to these HHS shelters, and they're both given instructions to how to contact each other once the court adjudication takes place. Most of these kids that will go to the shelter will be placed with a family member in the United States as quickly as HHS can do that. And they're in our custody in a short time. We're referring these cases for prosecution because we're trying to abate this activity. We're trying to apply a consequence to crossing the border illegally so that we can have less of that.
Mr. Commissioner, I want to play a soundbite from you from another network. It's making the rounds about the what is described as inhumane treatment between a mother and her child. I want you to take a listen to this and get your response.
One of the women that I interviewed today told me that she was breastfeeding her daughter when the government took her daughter from her. And when she resisted, she said that was when they put handcuffs on her.
Mr. Commissioner, did that happen, and what is your reaction?
That did not happen. We're very disappointed by that inflammatory story, and we have no record of that occurring in our custody.
Ronald Vitello, Deputy Commissioner of the Border Patrol, Customs and Border Protection, thank you very much, sir, for your time. And as you point out, it is important to get some accuracy in this reporting because of the impact it has on your men and women. Thank you very much for being here.
Agree. Thank you.